Differentiate sine of cos of log x with respect to x. Now again, this is not a direct function. We don't have sine x. We have sine cos log ex. So there is a function inside another function, then this function is inside another this function. So we need to see how this whole term of x became this. So we need to start from the beginning. X became log x base e. Then this became cos log x base e. And then in the final step, it became sine of cos log x base e. So in 3 steps, x got its function. So x is absolutely inside this one, which is attached to this log ex. So we can do the differentiation of log x in direct method. Derivation, that is the formula for the differentiation of log x, is 1 by x. But for cos, it's not cos x, it's cos log ex. So this is the place where we need to break down things and do it. So the first method is, we will be using that du method, du-dv method. So I have broken it down. X became log x, then it became cos log x, then it became sine cos log x. So we shall start from here and start unwrapping it. Slowly, from here to here to here, we will get to x. Now this whole thing is y, right? This whole thing is y. So sine of what? This part. Now we know that differentiation of sine x is cos x, but this is not x. This is something. This could be anything. I already told you. But sine of anything, sine x is cos x. If it was, let's say, sine theta, then derivative of sine theta would have been cos theta. If I ask you the derivative of sine, what is the derivative of, let's say, sine 3 with respect to x? The answer will be 0, because this is with respect to x and not with respect to 3. So whatever function of sine you're finding out, it should be with respect to that only. But if I say what is the derivative of sine 3 with respect to d3, then you can say that it is cos 3. So this is just a function. In place of function, you can write x, y, z, 2, 3, anything, it doesn't matter. But this part should be equal to the lower part. Here, it is meaningless because you're not finding it out with respect to x. So make sure that these two parts should be same. Derivative of sine, let's say pi plus 30 with respect to dx. We cannot do it because with respect to x we need to find. Here there is no x at all. So whatever is here with respect to that only we can find its value, because according to the formula, derivation of sine x with respect to x is cos x, right? So this and this should be equal. So if we want to find out the derivative of this, it should be with respect to pi plus theta. Then we can find sine pi plus 30 with respect to pi plus 30. So this and this, these two should be equal, then only you can get your answer. Otherwise, no. Suppose it was sine apple. Derivative of sine apple, then you will have to write with respect to apple. If you want to find the derivation of sine apple, it should be with respect to the apple. Derivation of sine mango, then it should be with respect to derivation of mango. It could be anything. X has been used, sine theta would have been with respect to theta. So these two should be equal. Okay, this is the first thing you need to know. So d of sine x with respect to x is cos x. But here it is d of sine this whole thing. So that's why let's consider this whole thing, the next step, this part, as u. So now you know derivative of sine u has to be with respect to u. We can't write x over here. With respect to u, it is cos u. This is equation 1. Now, coming to the u part. This u is again not directly a function of x because log x is a part of cos. So again, this is inside another function of cos, right? So we need to assume again this log x as v, because there is function over another function. Can you see? This function is inside of cos. Log x is a function and cos is another function. So again, we need to consider this log x as v. If it was directly cos x, then you could have directly found out that the derivative of cos x is sin x, right? This also I tell you. What is the derivative of cos x? It's minus sin x. But the question is not derivative of cos x, it's derivative of log x. So with respect to x, you will not definitely get any answer. The derivative of cos, again tree, has to be with respect to cos tree, right? So we have considered log this log x base e as v. So now instead of this, you can write cos v with respect to v. This and this should be 0, right? Which is minus sin v. Now the last part, this log x, is already in terms of s. This is the x, this is the only function. So we can directly derive it, find its differentiation value with respect to x. Therefore, d of log x is 1 by x. We know that the derivative of log x is 1 by x. Now we need to multiply these three equations. The first equation was dy by du. The second was du by dv. The last one is dv by dx. You see they are getting cancelled. And we are left with dy by dx. So dy by du was cos u minus sin v into 1 by x. So instead of u, write the value. U was equal to this. Then instead of v, we need to write log x to the base e. And instead of this is already 1 by x, then I have arranged it properly. This minus came here, minus 1 by x, and this will be my answer.